Shota Mfundisi, Namani, your papa, no body, Vasesi, Bishop, I can see Thresh, Sistema, and Blassa. Nimshota and Gwen. So 5 minutes and take a standard. There's an anti-gestation to do about 5 minutes in some months. It's a social that I go. My known from the Lagofican. Amen. I should be shop about how to go. I was so. You're going to see the song. All right. All right. I will speak. It's fine. Okay, my name is Mixo Rikhotso and I will speak. It's okay. Now, from the message that the bishop was sharing with us, I've picked up something. That there are platforms, né? And one platform needs common sense. Another platform needs principles. And another platform will require instructions. For you to push a wheelbarrow, you need common sense. You don't have a certificate or diploma or anything. You just have to carry it and push it, it will move. For you to drive a car, you need principles. You need to know how to use the things that are found in the car. But for you to fly an aeroplane, you need instructions. You need instructors. You need people who are in the control room to tell you what to do. So your level is determined by where you are now. Are you using common sense, or are you using principle, or are you having instructions now? I haven't learned it. I'm just greeting. We are here to encourage the graduates. Now, one thing I want to say to everyone, or my message in this season, is to encourage the talent that God has given you. I'm not discouraging the fact of going to school, but I am saying that we are living in an era that everyone is educated. If today there's a job post, you apply, you are 500. Some of you don't even have experience, and they're even saying in this post we want people who have 10 years experience. So it makes it difficult for someone who is a fresh graduate to make it in the workplace because they require experience. Okay, and sometimes even if they don't require experience, there's a lot that companies are going through. People who have qualifications, who have experience are being retrenched. Now that you are certified, now that you have graduated, where are you going? Where is the future after graduating? Now I am here to say that even if you are not sitting here, you are sitting there. There's still life ahead of you, which is given by the gift that God has given you. Yes. That's what I want to focus on. To say, God has given you in this world, to say, I've given you a gift that will supply your daily needs. Because when you go to school, you are going for a career that will service your pocket, that will make sure that you eat. But when God released you, He gave you a purpose that will service the heart of God. And your purpose also have the ability to give you that which you want. What am I saying? If we come only to church to say, I want to receive a car. Okay, you have received a car, now what? But you can come to church and say, God, reveal my purpose, so through my purpose I can get myself the car. The question is, I am a graduate. I've done civil engineering and now I'm feathering it to say I'm a structural engineer. But I don't like presenting myself as that. I'm the breed. I am a voice. My duty is to speak and to convince other people to see that inside of them there's greatness. That you don't feel small because you don't have a degree. A degree won't be required in heaven. They won't ask you, how many degrees do you have? No, it's not required. But with the gift that I, God, have given you, what have you done? How have you served me with your gift? Ne? So we have two things, which is your gift. We have another thing, which is your career. Your career is very important to sponsor the gift that God has given you. That is why even Paul, as an apostle, he will preach, but he will also make tents so that he does not force people to give so that he can eat. But your career is there to service the purpose that God has given you. Now, let me give you an example. One day there was a man who had a watch like mine. So he misplaced the watch in his house. He looked for it, he could not find the watch. He looked for days, and one day there were boys playing outside, and he called them in. He said, please come and help me find my lost watch. Those boys came in, maybe they were 15, they were looking high and low, up and down. They did not find the watch. One day another boy came along this time, and he said, can I please look for your watch again? And the man said, it's fine, you can come in and you look for the watch. He looked and he looked and he found the watch. The man was worried. You came here, you were 15. You searched high and low, you did not find the watch. And today you came alone and you found the watch. The young boy answered, he said, I needed to be alone to hear the tick-tock of the watch. Could it be that you are so much in a crowd that you haven't found yourself? You haven't found your purpose? When are you going to sit down and you hear God telling you about you? What matters is not to also get, okay, if I can ask you, why did you do that qualification? It's because maybe you had someone saying there's engineering like me. I just had engineering and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good in maths, I will do it. Engineering, I don't know why. But if you know your purpose, now you will follow a career that will help you channel your purpose in the right direction. Now I know that as my purpose, as my gift, as a speaker, as a preacher, I need to be able to know how to speak. Then for me to go to school and to pursue a career, it means I have to also channel my career in the field that I am in and be trained as a speaker and be trained as a person who will understand other people, knowing how to speak well with other people. Because how I speak with everyone may differ because of the audience. I may be relevant but too deep to you, so what's the point? Why was I speaking if I can't reach you in the first place? So I'm asking, when did you have your TikTok? When did you sit down alone and ask God, what is my purpose? Why am I here in this? And I understand I've graduated, I'm going to school. But the system of the world says you have to grow up, go to school, start working, get in debt, work so that you can pay in those debts. The rest debts, you we buy clothes in debt. We buy food in debt, everything is debt, our phones are debt. Because you still have to pay the 24 months of contract in Tonto. And it's not that we can't afford, but what is missing is education. Not the education that you go and sit down at school and they teach you. You can be certified and not be educated. You can be certified and not satisfied. So there's an education beyond going to class. The reason we have poor people who have degrees and have graduated is simply because the education that we need to be educated upon is not found at school. There are things that they are hindered from us because the system requires it to be so. Let me tell you, for you to have a smartphone like this one and have data, you are a millionaire. But if you don't know, you will only use this phone to be on WhatsApp, to be on Facebook, and while we are doing that, someone is becoming a millionaire using your own airtime. So we are graduates, but then we cannot empower ourselves. Another thing about education is that I'm the only one who's the civil engineer at home. In my family, they don't know what is civil engineering. How then we can be educated and not empower our families? Be able to have that degree and teach them something that we have learned so that even if you die, they may not have that degree, but they still have the skill to be able to grow as a family. How are we benefiting that we have graduates today? How are we making a difference? Another thing is the system says get a degree, look for a job. And you will stay for 4 years because you're applying, you can't find a job. My question is, can't you start something for yourself with that degree now? It's possible. The fact that you managed to get it, it means it's possible for you to be able to start something for yourself. The problem that we have is not education. People are not poor because they did not go to school. People are not poor because they don't have degrees. No, people are poor because they don't have education for themselves. To start with, it's financial education. Let me give you an example. If I give you 1 million now, what would you do with it? What is this? Whenever you do something, be specific with your specifics. God, I want a husband. He must be working. He must be tall. If you come to say a husband, I can't like a shop, right? And I want the husband working in my car. So I must be specific at this which what business.
Okay, since I started accounting, I can open an accounting firm.
Okay, how much will it cost you? You have $1 million.
For now, I am not sure because I still have to do my calculation and all that so that I can come up with my capital, then I'll figure it out.
Do you really need money to start your firm?
I think I do.
Why?
Because some of the things require resources like money.
It's fine. Sorry, man. It happens. What am I trying to say? Let me say, since you were born until now, it's possible that you have spent more than $1 million. But you think you don't have $1 million because in your account there's no $1 million rent. So we don't have to wait for God to give us $1 million for us to know that we can start something. But with the little that you receive on a daily basis, you work towards your gift. Something simple that you would do now, because you don't have $1 million now, and you don't even know how to start now, you can buy a book relating to that which you want to do. There's a lot of information that is hidden in books because we do not have our own personal education. You want to go to a bookshop and say, no, I want to learn about investing, I want to learn about business, I want to learn about... You limit yourself to the textbook that you were given at school. And because you have limited yourself only to that, people who don't even have the degrees that we have, but they read books to empower themselves, are the ones who are starting companies to hire graduates. And they decide how much you are worth. When you get 30,000, you are happy, and you find that you are making more than that for them. So what is education if you are not empowered? What good is a degree if you don't know what to do the next morning? Let me give you an example. And I sit down. I've taken 30 minutes of your time now. An example is this. God has given you a talent, né? And this talent will only flourish when you work on it, when you invest on it. Some of you, you know you can sing, but because people said, my problem is we easily believe people when they tell us negative things about us. Everyone agwa imbela ntokaneta. Oh, unganebe. Amina. But if awuyimbeleli. Shanteka ninga responding ngarolo but safika shini babanele kaya. Even 20 years later nikumeninge mpuku niimbelele kubete anishko kuimbelele. So the problem is we have crippled the gifts that we have because people have said something about those gifts. And I'm talking about Dr. Thomas Chauga, PhD as one. Jalami. Why? In a need. Minazamutaka Wangash Tivish Lungu, Neymar Kumbemes. Then tell Mamutaka Wangash Tivish Lungu. Mamutagan, Bezo to Mamutaka Wangash Kochilung. But let's get some Malish Lungu, Kumbekutina, Kumbeles, Washi, Better. We never managed to lose happy age, the number of money there. So ingaba na yona degree ibihleka labangaba degree mara bandlamani kuthula wena. Say man la ka thondeka ka ngobambili. Ingana ngithi maphepha sweswi. Sasikhulumana kuma papa laba ne. He was looking for a job. Papa laba ngamangangamela. He was a stammerer. So West part of the job is looking for requires him to speak to people as a salesman. So he went to this other shop and they were supposed to be selling Bibles. When he got there, he's like, say, looking for a job. And the boss is like, Ish, I cannot say no because it's not fair to just deny a person by not giving them a chance. Let me give him a chance with others who can speak well. Ne? Let me give him a chance with others who can speak well. And when he fails, he will think he failed the test. I'm just trying to say he must go. I just want to find a kind way to do it. Ne? Then the task was, I'm giving you 10 Bibles today. Go and sell them, bring the money, and then 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock latest. Logo say if lekile fika la 12 if I shall say to be beleng kwabo. Abanyika kwabo. Bathi amseshushu. Angeke lokanga shikoti kahle kulala nini. When we have 10 Bibles, we are going to sell them, right? He went. He came back early. This guy. When he came back, it was 9 o'clock. Even though Africa, okay, where are my Bibles? I sold all of them. You sold all of them. Boss, yes. How did you sell them? I was asking the people that do you want to buy the Bible or must I read it for you? And they bought them. They bought all of them. And the boss from that day realized that there's something about a gift. You may be perfect in speaking but empty. Yeah. You don't have the strategy. How are you going to go about this thing? This guy could not speak, but he had the strategy. You knew that my disability is an ability. Yeah. Yes. Amen.